So next, estimation of carbonates. Estimation of carbonates. Estimation of carbonates. Aim low. So to estimate the carbonates in the given sample of water. To estimate the carbonates in the given samples of water. To estimate the carbonates in the given samples of water. Next, apparatus, burette, pipette, conical flask, glass rats, beakers, and measuring cylinders. Next, reagents. 1% phenolphthalein indicator. 1% phenolphthalein indicator. N/20 sulfuric acid. N/20 sulfuric acids. Okay, next principle. When the sample is titrated against an acid, the carbonates in the water are calculated into are converted into bicarbonates stuff. When phenolphthalein is added to water, the pink color shows the alkalinity, but becomes colorless and becoming slightly acidic. కింద ఈక్వేషన్ రాసుకోండి. 2Na2CO3 plus H2SO4 gives rise to 2NaHCO3 plus Na2SO4. Next, procedure. 50 ml of the sample water. 50 ml of the sample water is taken into conical flask. 0.5 ml of phenolphthalein indicator. 0.5 ml of phenolphthalein indicator is added to it. Appearance of pink color indicates the indicates the presence of carbonates. It is titrated against N/20 sulfuric acid, N/20 sulfuric acid, N/20 sulfuric acid in the burette till the pink color disappears. Which is taken as the end point. Which is taken as the end point. Full stop. The end point is noted. When the pink color disappears. The initial and final readings of sulfuric acid random are noted. The differences between the initial and final readings of the burette gives the value of N/20 sulfuric acid. The dependent is repeated with different samples. So we will repeat the aim to estimate the carbonates in the given sample of water. Apparatus, burette, pipette, conical flask, glass rod, beakers and measuring cylinders. So reagents: 1% phenolphthalein indicators and N/20 sulfuric acid. So after principles, when the sample is titrated against an acid, the carbonates in the water are converted into bicarbonates. So when phenolphthalein is added to water, the pink color shows the alkalinity, but becomes colorless on becoming slightly acidic. So equation 2Na2CO3 plus H2SO4 gives rise to 2NaHCO3 plus Na2SO4. So after procedure, 50 ml of the sample water is taken into a conical flask. After 0.5 ml of phenolphthalein indicator is added to it. Appearance of pink color indicates the presence of carbonates. It is titrated against N/20 sulfuric acid. So in the burette till the pink color disappears. So which is taken as the end point. The end point is noted when the pink color disappears. The initial and final readings of sulfuric acid random are noted. The differences between the initial and final readings of the burettes gives the values of N by 20 sulfuric acid. The repeated with the different samples. Okay, so after calculations, heading calculations, the amount of carbonates in given sample is equal to burette reading into 30.2025 into 2. After that result, the amount of carbonate present in the sample A, the amount of carbonate present sample B. Okay, so after that discussion. Okay, after experiment you will discuss about the values, calculations complete ayinaka discussion part you will note down the discussion. Okay, so after next experiment వచ్చి estimation of bicarbonates. Aim to estimate the bicarbonates in the given samples of water. Apparatus లో glass tube, conical flask, beaker, pipette, burette stand and measuring cylinder. Apparatus లో glass tube, conical flask, beaker, pipette, burette stand, porcelain tile and measuring cylinders. Next, reagents లో N by 20 sulfuric acid, methane orange. So reagents లో N by 20 sulfuric acid, methane orange. Okay, principles. Bicarbonates in water sample. When treated against an acid, are converted into carbonic acid and a salt. Equation 2NaHCO3 plus H2SO4 gives rise to 2H2CO3 plus Na2SO4. Next procedure. The burette is washed well. And rinsed with unrinsed with N/20 sulfuric acid, unrinsed with N/20 sulfuric acid, and filled with the same. The initial reading of burette is noted. 50 ml of the given water sample is taken into a clean and dry conical flask. So 50 ml of the given water samples is taken into a clean and dry conical flask. To this, 0.5 ml of methyl orange indicator is added to the water sample. To this, 0.5 ml of methyl orange indicator is added to the water sample. In the conical flask turns to yellow color. Added to the water sample in the conical flask turns to yellow color. Full stop. So this solution is titrated against N/20 sulfuric acid. This solution is titrated against N/20 sulfuric acid. The sulfuric acid is allowed to run down into the conical flask. Till the yellow color changes. Conical flask till the yellow color changes the orange color which is the end point. Which is the end point. Then the final burette reading is noted. The differences in the burette readings given the volume of sulfuric acid rundown next calculations. The amount of bicarbonates is given in the sample is equal to burette reading into 61.018 okay. So estimation of bicarbonates, aim to estimate the bicarbonates, the given samples of water. Apparatus is glass tubes, conical flask, beaker, pipette, burette stand, porcelain tiles and measuring cylinders. So after that reagents, N/20, sulfuric acid, methyl orange. So principles, bicarbonates in water sample when treated against an acid are converted into carbonic acid and salt. Equations: 2NaHCO3 plus H2SO4 gives rise to 2H2CO3 plus Na2SO4. After that procedures, the burette is washed well and rinsed with N/20 sulfuric acid and filled with the same. The initial reading of the burette is noted. 50 ml of the given water samples is taken into okay. So the burette is washed well and rinsed with N/20 sulfuric acid and filled with water the same. The initial reading of the burette is noted. 50 ml of the given water samples is taken into a clean and dry conical flask. To this 0.5 ml of methyl orange indicator is added. The water sample in the conical flask turns the yellow color. This solution is titrated against N/20 H2SO4. The sulfuric acid is allowed to run down into the conical flask, so till the yellow color changes to orange color, which is the end point. So then the final burette reading is noted. The differences in the burette readings given the volume of H2SO4 sulfuric acid run down. Okay. So calculations lo the amount of bicarbonates in the given sample is equal to burette reading into 61.0118. Okay. So after that results, the amount of bicarbonates present in the sample A, the amount of bicarbonates present in sample B. Okay. After that discussion. నెక్స్ట్ ఇదంతా క్యాల్కులేషన్స్ అంతా ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్ చేశాక క్యాల్కులేషన్స్ రీడింగ్స్ నోట్ చేసుకొని ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ క్యాల్కులేషన్ ఫినిష్ చేసి ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ యూ విల్ ఎవాల్యుయేట్ ద discussions. So what is the difference of the sample A and sample B? What is the maintenance of the discussion about the write down the your carbonates samples లో carbonates ఎంత ఉంది అలాగే bicarbonates ఎంత ఉన్నాయని చెప్పి you will note down the observation book. Okay, so after that okay,
అంతేనా మరి 21 2 to 3 3 to 4 45 11 to 12 3 to 4 45 అని చెప్తున్నాను.
so okay, next determination of pH values. Determinations of pH values so aim వచ్చి to determine pH values of different water samples using pH indicating paper. To determine pH values of different water samples using pH indicating paper. Okay, so apart test వచ్చి beaker, pH indicating paper, indicator papers, solutions of different alkaline and acidic pH ranges, solutions of different alkaline and acidic pH ranges. After that procedures, a bit of pH paper is taken, and it is dipped in the given sample, then the change of color is compared with the colors on the index paper of the pH book. Reading on the index paper to which the color matches is taken as the pH. Reading on the index paper to which the color matches is taken as the pH of the given sample. The experiment is repeated with the given samples and readings are tabulated. The experiment is repeated with the given samples and readings are tabulated. Results: pH of sample A, pH of sample B, pH of sample C, pH of sample D, pH of sample E. After next discussion. Discussion. Okay, so determinations of pH values. Aim to determine pH values of different water samples using pH indicating papers. సో పార్ట్ టెస్ట్ వచ్చి బీకర్స్, pH indicator papers, solutions of different alkaline and acidic pH ranges. So procedures is a bit of pH paper is taken and it is dipped in the given sample. So then the change of color is compared with the colors on the index paper of the pH book. Reading on the index paper to which the color matches is taken as the pH of the given sample. The experiment is repeated with the given samples and readings are tabulated. Okay, so after that results pH samples A, B, C, D, E. Okay, after that discussions. Okay, so experiments already wrote down the salt experiments and oxygen experiment and carbonate experiment and bicarbonate experiments after pH values. Next carbon dioxide experiment ఒకటి ఉంది. సో ఇవంతా క్యాల్కులేషన్స్ అంతా అంటే ఇవంతా ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ నోట్ చేసుకున్న తర్వాత ఆఫ్టర్ దట్ క్యాల్కులేషన్ చేసి ఇలా కంప్లీట్ చేసి దీని మీద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అనేది నేను మెయింటైన్ చేయాలి. సో ఇదంతా సెల్ఫ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్ అనమాట. ఓన్లీ నేను ఎక్స్పెరిమెంట్స్ మాత్రం చెప్తున్నాను. సో ఆఫ్టర్ యువర్ కమ్ టు ద ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ అంతా మీరే ఓన్గా ప్రిపేర్ చేసి ప్రాజెక్ట్ వర్క్ని కంప్లీట్ చేయాలన్నమాట. ఓకే.